Listen, listen. This is Lounge Talkz, we're a family, united kings and queens. This is Lounge Talkz, we're a family, united kings and queens. Kings and queens hold each other's crowns high, elevate each other till we reach the sky. Let's love, respect, understand one another, discuss these topics just to educate each other. We're a family, we're all sisters, we're all brothers, and Lounge Talkz is where we'll come together to inspire. Let's promote the positivity to create unity and build communities. This is Lounge Talkz, we're a family, united kings and queens. This is Lounge Talkz, we're a family, united kings and queens.
Hello beautiful souls, thank you for joining me. My name is Adila and I am the founder of Lounge Talkz. This is a show that will be hosted by 4 beautiful queens, 1 king mediator, as well as additional guests who will be assisted, mainly male guests, to obviously balance out our panel. The aim of the show is for us to discuss our day-to-day issues that we've all experienced over our lifetime and basically learn from one another, understand, support each other through difficult situations, as we are currently going through a most difficult time of Corona at this moment in time. I would like us to all support each other in providing positivity out into the world. This is why we came up with the following motto: Kings and Queens, let's help keep each other's crowns up, support, love, educate, understand and respect one another. And by doing so, as you've obviously heard a saying, bad news travels faster than good news, I would like to change this saying together with my group panel by making good news travel faster than bad news. Everyone on the show at this moment in time is part of a bubble, so please do stick to the current guidelines as per government. I hope to see you guys. Stay tuned to our show, and remember, stay strong, respect one another, understand each other, and namaste.
Women have the prerogative to tell a man no, so therefore does a man have the prerogative to inquire why?
Okay.
No, alright, for instance, if I approach a woman, yeah, and, you know, I'm showing a bit of an interest, okay, now, you know, I might try to engage with her, but she's not so receptive into my advances, okay, she shuts me down, she says, look, I'm not interested. Now fine, she's within her rights to reject my advances. I have no problem with that, but then am I within my rights to at least ask her, well, why has she, you know, rejected me? Is there any particular reason?
Yeah, you can ask her, but she don't have to respond to you if she don't want. Like, she can be busy, she could be on her way, she could be doing 100 different things, and you're just someone who stopped her and she's tried to show you she's not receptive, and she's thinking, hang on, why is this guy not getting a hint? And I have to explain to him why I don't want to. Like, you're putting me on the spot now. I just want to get on my day.
That's the thing. Sometimes, probably, I'm a lesbian. I don't want to talk to you.
Okay,
or
fine.
maybe I may have an issue with boys.
Even expect to get a part explanation? She could explain that. Well, look,
I'm having a bad day.
Right now.
I don't think it's terribly off to want to know a reason why. But I think it's very important to realize that she's not obligated to tell you why. So it's okay for you maybe to want to answer. She has a time and date and she maybe want to give you the answer, cool. But she's not obligated to do that because she doesn't know you. You don't know her. She's not.
All right, fine.
Do you know what I mean? It is courteous, but she's not obligated to because she don't know you.
She's.
Do you know what I mean?
We're not necessarily talking about, you know, obligating or being obligated and so on. I understand what you're saying. Yes, fine. You don't have to talk to me. But in case I want to make an improvement in terms of how I approach things, how do I get to understand or learn what have I done wrong? Is it the way I came across? Is it something that I said? Was it my demeanor? What?
Bro, I may have my food on the fire and I just want to go home and check my food.
Which is
You're trying to stop me.
It may
I'm
not
coming
be
from
you.
the shop, you're trying to stop me. My food is on the fire, I left my child in the house alone, and you're coming and ask, look, I did not give you the eye. I did not tell you,
Yeah.
I'm interested, you know? Go on your way.
Just reading the signals.
But
It's
not
not necessarily
necessarily
you.
that a
You just
woman
be
would
reading
give
the
you the
signals.
eye though. What happens if she's shy? What happens if she doesn't know how to communicate
And that's why
with
my
her
eye
eyes?
is on the floor, because I don't want to talk to anyone.
Exactly.
Not necessarily. No.
Because that's if she said no. This is if she said she's already told you no. So you're inquiring for why.
and you don't know
So she could.
I
And
didn't-
if she
hold
says
on,
no, I
no,
have
no,
a man.
I didn't say
Sometimes
being
that's not
persistent.
enough.
It's
That's
not
not enough
enough.
for some men.
Yeah.
They'll be
But
like,
hold on,
yeah.
I didn't
But don't
say
your
I
man
was-
let you have friends?
And
When they
sometimes
don't
if
come out,
someone-
they don't want to be friends.
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold
I
on.
didn't say I was being persistent. Like, if she says no, and then I'm going to keep bothering her. What I said was, if I've approached you, alright? Okay, fine. I might be, you know, trying to say, well, yeah, I like what I see. And I'm interested. Is there any possibility that, you know, I might be able to get to know you just that little bit better? Alright? Fine. Now, she tells me no. Now, I might be thinking, boy, was my approach all wrong? Is it my
I don't think I'm
demeanor?
your
You
mother
know,
for me
no,
to have to
hold
give you
on.
an
Yeah, but
explanation.
can I finish? Is that okay? Yeah, it might be my demeanor. Yeah, it might be something that I've said. It might be the way that I look, and maybe I might want to change my approach because I might be thinking, boy, I hope she's not scared of me, or I've not intimidated her in any way. Yeah, there could be 1,000,001 valid reasons, and I understand that.
I have a
But
question.
all I said was, if the woman's prerogative is to say no, then surely the man must have the prerogative to at least find out why, or at least inquire why. Is he not entitled to do that?
The man can have the prerogative to ask why, but he needs to understand that the woman can have the prerogative to answer or not to answer, and to respect that fact.
Which is fine.
And that it's not bad. It's just so that,
Yeah.
that you know
It's
it's
fine.
like because then when you say when you don't want to answer them, that's when they turn around and be like, I don't like you that much anyways, or I didn't, like you're not all that anyways. And it's just that.
Which,
Oh,
all right,
really?
fine. Yes, you maybe get
Then
that.
there is another thing I
kind of
said I
snap
wanted to ask
reaction.
you
I
about.
ain't saying
Sorry.
no.
Yeah, you have to keep
There
your
was-
guard up.
There was another thing I was going to ask you earlier on, something you mentioned. You said it could be the way you approached the situation that made her turn her back on you. So you want to know what you did wrong. Even if that woman was to take her time to tell you this is what you did wrong, and you approached another woman with that supposed change that she
Yeah.
told you should have made, you approach another woman with it, she might be thinking,
No, but she wouldn't know.
she would not know.
But she
would
would know.
But her personality, her individuality
Yeah.
might mean that she wants a man to approach her differently. Some women want to be
Look.
pulled and touched by a man. Some women want to be called
Yeah.
sit. Others want to be said hi. Some want to be
Which
taken
is
to
fine.
a luxury
But my general
restaurant. Do you understand?
consensus is not just to see someone and just say, you know, yo, come here.
I know,
Yeah,
but you do
I
have
really-
men that do that.
Yeah.
You, well, I
And
should say
some women
boys.
may like
You do
that.
have boys who do that.
Yeah,
Right.
respectfully, I
And
don't
how
think
far
you
do
should
they
that.
get?
Nowhere.
In most cases. Yeah?
But it can be
Yeah.
that's
What
the
type
thing.
of
It can be
individual would
dangerous
allow
as
herself to
well.
be taken in that way furthermore and think that was acceptable? So this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying, you know, then they call
Well, it depends on
you know,
the woman
sometimes
that has
I've seen
issues.
a nice approach and it's been rejected in a bad way. And then I've
So
seen
that's the woman that probably
Okay,
want to be
I
pulled
think
and
it-
tugged.
I think also
That's why she rejected your approach.
to
So-
keep things a little bit balanced, just to keep things a little bit. I didn't think I was gonna be the what's the person called?
The devil's advocate.
Devil's advocate. Check me out. I think that it is also important for us women when we are like telling a guy that we either don't want them, realize that it does take a lot to even approach someone. So we should be mindful of how we are,
Yeah.
even though
Right.
we do have that we do have loads of things going on.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's just take that moment to just be like, okay,
That's why I
I
always
don't.
do that.
But
That's
men,
what she's
but the
about
thing
to
is,
do.
I do understand why a lot of women. I do understand why a lot of women don't do that because men are so persistent. But we should try and.
Yeah,
Because
I
even when
usually
you
say that I'm
do
not
because
interested.
I do try and practice that, and even when you do let them down gently, they still wanna keep going. Some men, they try and approach you, and you just tell them, "I've got a boyfriend, I've got a partner," and then you say, "I'm married," and then the guy said, "Oh well, look at your ring." Like, they're just trying to pick something out when you just want to be about your day. Like, I just wanted to tell you, oh, I'm married, to carry on moving, and another person is saying, oh, but look at your ring, it's this, it's that.
Yeah, but you know, some women might just say that.
Yeah, I used to say that before I was married.
You know, they don't really want that guy to go no further.
But then, like, respect that. They don't want
Yeah,
to
but
go
they don't.
no
Sometimes
further,
they say, oh, I can
like,
give you a better ring than that.
But then looking at your ring, yeah? I mean, how much was the ring?
Why do you need to know that, though? At the end of the day,
It's still a ring.
be a
It's still a
pound.
ring of something.
I've been
It's
with my
still a
man
ring.
so long. I've been with my man where we've both been broke to nothing. I've had this ring for years now.
No,
This is the
because
upgrade on my ring, and at the end of the day, it don't matter how much the ring costs.
No,
I don't even need the ring.
my theory is
Like,
this.
it's just
Exactly,
a symbol of what
yeah.
something love is. It's just a symbol. It's like money is just a value of the
No
actual
disrespect.
thing.
I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, well, for what it's worth, I mean, what kind of marriage? Is it genuine? Is it a real marriage?
But that's what I'm saying. This is where
That's
this is
not
where I
your
feel like
business. Like,
that's
it's not
what
your
I'm saying.
business.
That's the perfect example.
That's
This
why
is what
men
I'm
are
saying.
afraid to
Men go
propose.
too far because at the end of the day, when she has told you she doesn't, she has a partner. What's your mind going on the quality of her ring? How much it costs?
Alright.
And it just what's the quality of her marriage? It had
Look,
nothing to do with you.
to be
How your
fair-
man reached so
to be
far,
fair,
and it's like
alright.
no. That's when women get to that point of like they just brush
Don't
men
even
off because it's
respond,
like
yeah, don't
we don't have
respond.
this time for me to
But
explain
hold on.
to you how
But
the
to
quality
be
of my
fair, right?
relationship to a
I only
stranger.
just said
To
that.
a stranger,
Hold
that's
on.
what you have to understand. You're
No,
a
but
stranger
hold
to
on.
me.
I only just said that, right? Because to be fair, my sense of humour can be considered a bit warped. I'm not gonna lie.
Very much so.
But for me, it would kind of tell me, well, you know, a little bit about that person's
Person's
character
personality.
and their personality.
Yeah.
Now, she could have shrugged it off, yeah? And, you know, she could have maybe given a cheeky, quirky response back. And we could have smiled at the affair. Or she could have reacted in a similar way as yourself.
But the
And
funny
she could-
thing is,
I'd
But
say
funny,
it's-
I would be the one that would be funny about it.
But
I
what
would
I'm
be
saying
funny
is,
said it
about
to
it.
me, I was like,
yeah, she
"Hi,
could have
it
maybe
is
well
what it
taken
is."
the type of a...
I would say,
That's a
guys,
really
if you
good
do
Fine.
get rejected, don't take it personally.
Yeah.
Just don't take
And
it personally.
it's
Yeah,
just
man.
like it's
But
just
walk on it.
take it
Again-
on the
Walk it up,
chin. Oh, walk it up.
It's easy to say don't
But
take
to be
it
fair,
personally, but remember, some rejection ain't, it could be more borderline than rejection, yeah? And like that comment that I made, yeah, as an example, just to show you that sometimes somebody might say something and it's the way it's perceived, and I get that, yeah? But at the same time, for me to have a greater or better understanding of myself, it would be nice if I could get some feedback that gives me an insight and I could think, boy, you know what, yeah, fine.
I think that's what you do to your
Okay,
homegirl.
Hold on, hold on.
What if the
Then
feedback
take
is
it,
that
hold on,
you're
Auntie.
cool?
Take
Hold
it to
on,
your aunties,
guys,
your homegirls,
guys.
because that's just
You know what? To be fair, I agree with Crazy to a certain point. To a certain,
yeah, that's
Okay.
And I'll say, so
Because-
Jenny said something earlier on where she said we do need to realize that these are men and they
takes
have
a lot.
emotions as well, and it does
Yeah.
take a lot to
When they
approach
approach.
someone. And to be fair,
Not
if
all the
our show
time.
is trying to promote understanding each other, if a man is requesting that we tell him we're not interested for a reason, maybe we can at least say, hey, he's interested, maybe, oh, why are we not interested? Hey,
Like, it's
take
not
the
you,
time
I've
to
got
say
to
it's
go
not,
situation
yeah,
and
I'm busy at the moment,
Would
or
that
have a
be-
good day, or, you know, probably being able to just shrug them off lightly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
rather than causing, because
You don't need to be rude
Yeah.
when you're
Yeah.
rejecting someone.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
people
You
are
don't need to be
Yeah.
like, oh, get away
Yeah,
from me. You
exactly.
don't need to
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
that attitude.
that's
yeah,
You just need to say, you can even say thank you, like thank you
Yeah,
if that's
I'm
what
not
you want to do.
Yeah.
Thank you, have a nice day.
I'm not
I've got a man,
interested,
so
I'm
Mhm. I usually
busy
do
or
that.
whatever.
it's not a bit of me.
And
So
Yeah.
have
I
a nice
always get
day.
backlash for being
No
like that because I
disrespect.
get told I'm being too soft with him. And apparently I'm supposed to just curve
But,
it
and then,
straight
but
up. But
then,
that's curbing.
but then some
right?
people, they
Yeah.
say, oh, so why are you saying hi to people? Me,
No, I
I
believe
walk
in
on my
saying
high
hi
road,
to
I say
people.
hi to everybody,
Yeah.
like the
Yeah,
people
but
I
that's-
see
that's-
every
but
day.
that's
But then
just
people
respect.
say,
Yeah.
oh,
Hi doesn't
oh, when the
suggest
man
nothing.
approaches
Yeah.
you, that was your fault because you're saying hi to
Oh, yeah.
everybody.
No, that
And I
shouldn't
think
be.
you shouldn't have to
No.
feel like that.
No.
We should be able to communicate.
Yeah.
I do agree with that. You should be able to communicate with each other to some
Yeah,
extent
some
where
extent.
we don't feel like someone is preying on the other person.
Yeah.
It's because there's just so much fear.
Yeah.
I think men need to have that respect. If women say, we need to have that respect to just genuinely be nice and say this, you know, we're not interested,
Yeah.
have a good day. But men need to have that respect to accept that as a
and walk away
response.
too.
That is your response. Like, you know, thank you, have a nice day. Maybe if you knew the woman prior and she's actually your friend, you could be like, well, hang on, you know, we was getting along so well before, what wasn't going on?
Yeah.
You know, you have a bit of a connection before, but as a one-on-one stranger I've just met,
If
I
I say
think-
I'm not
yeah, you know?
interested, just let it go.
you know, and let's be polite about it.
Don't try and grab me. Don't try
Yeah.
and.
Well,
And I think
Well,
breaking.
that's
I think by the fact you're already rejecting them, you're hurting their ego.
Yeah.
And by hurting their ego, they try to get that power back by
Right.
reacting.
Reacting.
You understand? And then their way
Is
of
that
getting
what
their
it is?
power
We should
is by
probably ask
trying
you
to
'cause you're the-
belittle.
Yeah, what is it like?
Yeah.
Because
Is
we
that
don't
what
know.
it
Yeah,
is?
to a degree. I mean, there are guys out there that, you know, rejection for them is just no
Unacceptable.
option. But like I said at the start, it is a woman's prerogative. Yeah. You know, with me, like I said, my sense of humor is, you know, some might not say it's the greatest. Yeah? Now, fine. But if you actually kind of check what I say sometimes, you'll understand why I'm saying it. Yeah? Now, if I said to you that, I've come and I've approached you and I'm like, I approached you decently. It's not to say like, you know, I've come across like a thug or, you know, I've used choice words that you might not understand or it's not appropriate or anything like that. And you shot me down. And I'm like, boy. In my mind already I'm thinking, oh.
But so when you say shut you down, yeah?
No, when I say shot me down, not
Is it
like a heavy sense.
But
you know,
is it like, sorry, I'm busy, or is it I got a man? What is
well, it could be either one. Because there's no way of telling that you are busy. And there's no way of telling that you're genuinely a man.
But
Not to say
women
you
ask
don't.
men out too.
No, but
It
hold
doesn't
on.
happen often.
Yeah,
It does
right.
happen,
But
by
that's
the way.
It happens more often than you
happens.
believe.
where.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do. It does.
I've asked a man out.
You what?
I've asked a man out.
And did he reject you?
No.
Okay.
I was sure that he wanted to. I had to. It was. I was sure. Like, are you going to be a
Hold on. So let me ask you this thing. So for all your surety, what happens if he had gone the complete opposite way and said, well, boy, Janice, I don't see you like that. Yeah?
Well, obviously, you just have to accept
But
it.
wouldn't you be curious as to what?
But that's different though, because me and this guy would have had a conversation where it's like long. Not
Yeah,
long, but like I
me
would
and her
have known
could
him.
have had that
I'm not going up to a
conversation
guy on the
even
street
after
being
my
like, would you go
approach.
out with me? Like, that's not gonna happen. Like,
Yeah.
that's me. I don't.
But
ask guy
why
on-
couldn't you?
But that's just not what me personally. I'm not saying, because there are some girls
But,
who will
alright.
ask a guy out on a night out, but me personally, that's not gonna happen.
Okay.
So for
doesn't
me, that wouldn't
interest
happen
lend itself
until
to
I learn.
conversation? When you
Hold on,
start
hold
to
on,
have
hold on.
conversation
Oh,
with
sorry,
someone,
go on.
no, I'm saying interest, doesn't it lend itself to conversation? Because when you have conversation, yeah, you kind of understand where that person is coming from. Or, so
Yeah.
it might create
But
a little bit of
at the
interest?
beginning of that, you both have interest in some sort of interest to build up to that. But if I'm
Yeah,
seeing
but
you
you
on
won't
the
know until
street,
you-
I'm
until you
gonna make
communicate.
I've already
I'm
given
gonna
you
make
a clear
that
insight
eye
that I don't
contact.
want
Hold
it
on,
to
listen to
progress
that.
further.
Janice, if you saw Chronix right now on the road, you would not ask him out?
Would you not?
You wouldn't ask him out?
You do want to know why?
What do you
If they
mean?
turn you down,
Ask him
you would
out.
want to know
Would you
why.
ask him on a, you wouldn't ask him on a date?
Nah, me and him would talk. Man.
You wouldn't
you
wouldn't
No,
you
you accidentally bump into him, so then he accidentally sees you. Whoops!
and he tried for him not to drop and land on his feet, you know.
Hopefully, Chronix tunes into Lounge Talkz. Cut that out.
So here we are.
I would definitely ask Chronix out there.
Here we are. Didn't I tell you?
But I know who
Didn't I tell you I'm gonna make a trip up?
Yeah, but I know who Chronix is.
But he don't know you.
But if he says no,
Yeah,
but if he says
exactly.
no, will you take it for
I want to confirm it. says no, he says no. What can I
But
do?
then would you want to be like, oh, but what's going
if it's
on?
if it's a clear no, I've got somebody else. Or
But
But
that's
what
the
if he doesn't say
answer.
he has
what's his
somebody
an-
else?
what's his
Yeah.
answer?
He's like, no.
So there we are.
So they already know. You already know Chronix is my love, so you can't give up to a stranger. That doesn't make no. That doesn't
But
make
he's
a
a
stranger.
But he's a stranger to
It
you.
doesn't matter.
This debate just got interesting.
You know what I mean?
I'm telling you.
Alright, let's say that opportunity
Please say
presented
Miles
itself.
No, but then if they
No, but
tell
I'm
me
just saying,
no, do I get to
again,
see
right,
you again?
and the key is yeah? Now,
You can accidentally meet
let's
up.
say you did that.
I'll jump my stuff again.
You plucked up the courage. You know what I mean? You got yourself big and bold now, and I'm gonna tackle this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit my man head up. Yo, Chronix, wagwan. Like, you know. Yeah?
Yeah.
And you just lay it straight. And he look at you and say, boy, Janice, my sister, boy, I'm a Rasta man. Me not deal with them level.
Wait, is that the first time I've seen him? Is that the first time I've seen him?
Yeah.
Is that the first time?
Yeah.
No, I'm asking why. If that's the first time I'm meeting him and that's the first time I see him and I plucked up the courage and he said no, I wouldn't ask him why. I
But-
wouldn't. But
alright,
if we've
but
been
what-
like chilling for a long
Yes.
time,
If
I'll
Chronix
probably-
came
But
up to
what-
you
alright,
right
so
now,
he
why-
don't know
why
me
is it
from Adam,
different?
so of course he can say
So
why.
why is it
but
different?
if we've been chilling for a while,
No.
the
If
no
you
would hurt more. I'd be like,
But alright,
well,
even
you know, I'm questioning, but we be getting along.
Janice,
Like,
so
you know.
wouldn't you be
Janice,
intrigued?
if it was
Wouldn't
the
you- wouldn't you
Janice,
even
come
be
on. If it was
a
the
bit
very
curious
first
as to,
time,
well,
hold on, crazy.
I don't expect-
Hold on, Janice.
guys.
If it was the very first time
Yeah.
you met him,
Yeah.
and you said, Chronix, can we chill? And he says no. You don't want to know why.
Why do I need to know why?
So what
Just
if?
because you know you're a stranger, you're just like, let me take
exactly.
the L.
Obviously,
So what if? So what if? So let me ask
why
you.
do I have? Why do I expect of him to say yes? This is the first time I'm meeting you. If he then goes and be like yeah, and then we meet and blah blah blah, and then we get close, then I have a reason to be like, oh why? But hands on, and then I may love Chronix to his bone, but Chronix don't know me. So at the end of the day, he has every reason to say no. And
So
I
listen,
can't,
I'm asking you
know?
something. So what if the reason he was saying no was because he was not going to be here for the next 5 months, 6 months, and maybe he was saying come and check him or something else.
Okay, we couldn't figure
But
that
he
out.
didn't have them tell you that you just take your L and you go. You didn't ask why. You didn't want to know why.
But I don't need to. I don't know. Like he don't listen. If he chooses to tell me why, he chooses to tell me why. But I'm not gonna be like, oh, why? Like I'm not gonna be begging down for answers like how some men do, and then turn around and be like, oh, I didn't like your songs anyway.
Well, hold on.
When I knew I loved
Whoa,
them.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Many times.
Even though I've started the subject, you know, as the basis, I use the basis was us guys. But don't make this an exclusive thing. Don't think women don't have that in them that they don't want to know why. Neither.
You definitely
That's
do.
true, yeah, you do.
No,
It's not
100%.
exclusively a man thing. The only problem is
100%.
I agree.
that because of
And even if you
Like
don't
you
say
wanna
it out
say,
loud,
like-
you're thinking it.
Is gaslighting one of the first signs of an abusive partner?
sorry, I've never heard anybody use that term. Gaslighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it's like
Not
In
a
a
lighter
relation-
that lights gas.
no, no, it's not.
Gaslight.
It's a tactic, though.
Yeah,
It's
it's a tactic. So basically,
Personality trait.
yeah.
That they-
So you create arguments,
Yeah.
and then
For no
pretend for no reason, and then you pretend that the person is insane, like they're over the top, they're
hold on,
crazy.
let
When
me
they
get
start
this
going
right.
crazy
So
about it.
I'm in a relationship. Me and my girl's arguing. She's gonna try and convince me that I'm responsible for the argument and I'm mad as well.
Yeah,
So when
but she's created the argument.
But
she's the one that's created the
Yeah.
argument.
Yeah.
She's doing all this, but then she's looking at you as if you're the mad one.
When you
You're
react
giving-
to
when
that,
it's
no,
my
no,
girl.
no,
So
no, no, I get that. So, okay.
Okay, read the definition. Hold on, Chris. Let's get the definition.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so it says, manipulate someone by psychological means into doubting their own sanity.
Yeah? You get that?
Yeah, I'm aware.
So basically, let's say your woman, yeah, you come home from work, and your woman, she got ready and she leave her stuff all over the place. When you left work, it was clean. She had time to get ready and put her stuff back, but all the stuff is everywhere. Now you've brought this up on occasion nicely, like, oh, can you put your stuff back, babe, after when I come home, because, you know, it's everywhere, and, you know. She's like, yeah, the stuff is up. Next day, stuff is up. Next day, stuff is up. You're not mad. You're just thinking, why is the stuff always out? You come to the 7th day. Babe, I asked you to put the stuff back, and every single day this week you didn't even try. Oh, you're always coming home with this some sort of attitude. What's going on at work? What is it? What, are you not getting paid enough?
Yeah.
So what? Why do you always come home? Like, I'm just trying to get ready and go out with my friends and have some fun. What? You don't never take
What's
me
your
out.
problem?
Like,
What's the issue with you? What's going on with you? Are you cheating on me? Like, why are you arguing with me? Are you trying to pick something with me? Like, that kind of thing.
So basically, a reverse
Putting it on you.
guilt trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what I always say it is. You're guilty as that. And if you're tripping like this.
Okay. But, you know, try to sustain
Or
that,
the ones,
the fact that
or the ones you
they're
will,
right.
you will actually see them on the phone talking to
what
a woman,
what they say
and
is
you're
right, I should say.
and they're telling you, you're
It's my
tripping.
sister.
It's my boy. Why you always
You got
trying to
trust
make problems
issues.
with me?
You
You
got
have trust issues.
Yeah. You're sorry.
And you're like, let me see the phone then.
Yeah.
I don't have to show you my phone.
Exactly.
It's like problem.
And then when you start to go all big and get ready to want to
You
go
see,
fight.
See, the problem is you don't trust me.
You say, yeah, you
The
never
problem,
trust me
but the
from
thing with that
the
scenario is it can go two ways, because yes, it could be a case of, well, hold on, you're behaving paranoid. I am on the phone to my friend, and furthermore, I shouldn't have to validate that I'm on the phone to my friend. Or, yeah, I could be sneaking, and it could be my sneak on the other end of the phone, and I don't want to expose myself.
Listen.
So I get that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it could
Listen.
be. Yeah, it could
Somebody-
be
People
Hold on.
gaslighting, they are on the phone.
Though that may be so, if I am in a relationship with a man and your phone ring and you are telling me it is cousin Becky and I have never heard about cousin Becky, listen, we're going to look for cousin Becky.
But it's
I want to
but
be
wait a minute.
cousin Becky.
But wait.
Let's go for lunch.
Hey,
Yeah,
me and cousin Becky, we're having
That's
some
like
good
catfish
time.
thing. You start searching them up. Hey, can we video call? Yeah. Let's take
No,
another
but
video.
alright, but that is a possibility. Now remember, you know, you get to know someone and they might only expose you to the immediate part of their family. Now they may have immediate family who are not so close by. So they don't come into that framework, because what you know is like, you know, alright, let's say I live in East.
Crazy, don't give me stories. Crazy. Wait, Crazy, what you're going to say there is not of no use.
No, but
Do
it's-
not
no,
tell
but
me
hold
that
on.
cousin Becky
No,
is
no.
from South London, in East London, and cousin Becky
What
call
I'm
you.
saying
Hold
is-
on,
right.
cousin Becky call you, and you go in the garden at the back and speak to cousin Becky,
Alright.
because all of a sudden that's when you get in service,
Alright,
and I
Joe,
come by and
let me ask you this.
the call
Alright.
drop.
Okay,
Cousin
fine.
Becky's no longer
but
on the
hold
phone.
on.
No, whether you're a man who's cheating and caught in the act, and whether you're a man who has nothing to hide, your first thing we'll do is either, if you have nothing to hide, prove your innocence. Your pride will be hurt,
No,
but
but
you
you-
can prove
no, but
it.
hold
Yeah,
on.
you might have some of them
But
stingy
remember-
people be
but-
like, dang, that hurts me that you even
but-
think that
but
I'd be upset.
remember what
But
we-
I'm gonna prove it because you want it.
There will be a man who are caught in the act, and they will show you the phone caught in the act, because they don't know what they don't know what to do. But there are some people who will calculate and think, nah, she's catching me in the act. Let me make her think she's mad.
Because that's how
And
you
that's
take
what-
the
Okay,
attention
fine.
off of you.
And that's gaslighting.
Remember-
To give you time to think about what you can say next.
remember your question, yeah? You're talking about someone
Controlling.
who's controlling and
Or like an abusive part.
abusive person.
Which is
Now, all
Is.
the elements that kind of create what we would consider sort of like, you know, a wonderful working partnership, relationship, whatever, where you got a bit of trust, yeah? There's a bit of respect, there's a bit of love, you know what I mean? There's a bit of freedom, you know what I mean? There's a bit of fun and laughter. All that's being compromised. So all that is telling me is that you don't trust me, yeah?
Trust is earned.
Hold on. Yeah, but if we've been together, surely I must have.
If we've been together listen. If we've been together long enough,
if my behaviour hasn't changed, yeah, compared to how we first met, and you know the little quirks in someone, and you know you connect
and then
that
it changes,
and then it changes. Then yeah, fine. You might have reason to start scratch your head a little bit and think, well, that's not like you. That ain't usual behaviour.
You didn't put the phone like this before.
Yeah, exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? Or you would inform me, oh baby, you know what? I'm going down the road. All of a sudden, or I'm going down the road, I'm going by such and such, or I'm going here, or I'm going there. Now it's, oh babe, I'm going, see you later.
Yeah.
So you might start to think, but before he would like at least inform me just in case, because if something should happen,
and I know where he was.
Listen,
where am I starting? You understand?
There is a
inform
thing
anybody.
called women instinct, and when you smell that rat,
You're like bloodhound.
baby,
It's not fair.
You
It's not
better
lies.
preach.
listen.
There's fire.
You might
Trust your
listen.
intuition. It will
One
guide
day,
you.
one day, I was sitting there,
Yo.
and the guy wake up and he looked for his phone in the sleep. I say, yeah, you're talking to a woman. My male friend said to me, I'm crazy. Turns out, he's talking to a woman.
Yeah, but alright.
When you're with someone,
I never tell you men or
you
women
talking to a woman?
don't creep.
Which friend?
I never said
Tilly,
that.
Tilly, where were you?
Yeah, you know, yes, fine, yes.
Instincts
there's always,
never lie. Instincts
My
always
always that
lie.
instincts, and
possibility.
especially my
I'm not saying
instincts.
no,
No.
but if you've had something that is established, yeah, and even though your point is that, you know, that gaslighting analogy of making people thinking that they're bonkers and everything is just imaginary and it's just a makeup and it doesn't exist. Yeah, that
Sorry.
it is definitely a form of abuse, because remember, abuse doesn't just come physically.
Yeah,
mentally.
it's like
Yeah.
mentally,
Mentally,
emotionally, psychologically.
You know what I mean? And there's little bits that you have. Somebody could deny you. Let's say you,
Affection.
before you met anyone, you was accustomed to having that little bit of freedom where Janice could pick up herself and go. She
And now you
could
have
pretty up
curfew.
herself. You understand what I'm saying? She could put on a little makeup and
Should you
nobody ain't questioning you. Now you got somebody in your life
Yeah.
and you're still doing the same
Yeah.
thing. But then he's looking at you and thinking, yeah, you look nice. But who you looking nice for? So that in itself is already a form of like, and then you might start questioning and think, well, I'm not really looking nice for anyone, but you know what? Let me not upset you.
Yeah.
So let me just go upstairs and
Yeah.
wipe a little bit off. And
I wouldn't do that.
no, I'm just saying
I had to
some
do that a
do.
few times.
Yeah, but some do.
Some do.
It's
Yeah.
true.
I did
Some
that.
women do.
And I get that, and you shouldn't have to.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to put up with that.
I wouldn't.
So this-
I wouldn't.
Because then
To me,
Even just
I
sitting
have
in the
to be
house and I'm
happy
looking good was the problem.
to make you happy. And if I'm not happy, don't get me wrong. If I'm with somebody, how I carry myself will be different from if I'm on my own, if I'm a single woman.
Yeah.
So if I'm used to wearing the shortest piece of pants with my body hanging outside, I do not expect to be with a partner and be doing the very same thing. You understand? I know he's not going to want his... The man that I would want would not want his woman to dress like that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get me? So, for me...
So you never know, he might not have a problem with it.
Yeah, he would not. The type of man for me would not have a problem with it in the house, but to go out on the street with that type of stuff that I would know I would wear when I'm single. And it's not that I'm doing it for anybody, but I don't
Yeah,
have
because
anybody
you
to
just wanna
answer to.
feel
Not that to answer to, but
See? Yeah, we're really giving them power.
no, it's not that to answer to.
Me? No.
If I'm in a relation, if I'm in
I want to
a,
wear my battery ride, I should be allowed to wear it. Because you already have me.
yeah, I get that.
But it's like
But the length
but
of
then
your battery rider,
the man
though.
came to you single
I
when
really
you was
wear
doing
that.
all
Where-
your
where
stuff.
is that?
You like they can argue and say you should be man enough to accept that woman. You're
Yeah.
gonna be man enough to accept all these men are gonna be looking at your woman, but you have her.
You have to
You
accept
have
she's
her.
yours.
Don't get me
yeah.
wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying if another woman chooses to go out with continue that way that she should not be allowed to. But for me as a person,
Yeah,
the man
everyone-
that I
yeah.
would want in my life would not be a man that would want me to have my body exposed like that, even if I choose to do so when I'm on my own.
You see me?
Because for me, this would be, maybe not. I don't want to say it would be a family man, but for lack of a better terminology or way to put it, it would be a family man. Does
Like
that
a
make sense?
traditional family man.
Yeah.
But that's the good man that we're all searching for that we can't find. So,
We're all so
what gonna happen there? We gonna marry each other?
But to answer your question though, I do believe it is a form of abuse.
Mm-hmm.
It is definitely a form of abuse. To be fair, sometimes the arguments are not worth it. If you're with someone and they're not for you, rather than making them waste their life away or putting them through stuff that you would not want your mom or your sister or your auntie to go through, rather than making them hurt so much, free them, allow them to go that they may be happy, and you may find that happiness that you so need that it makes you feel the need to control someone. You shouldn't have to control someone for them to love you. That person should love you automatically and freely. And when that person gives you that love, you should not feel that I need to suppress them and control them to keep that love.
To keep that
Because
love.
what
Doesn't
you're
make
going to end
sense.
up doing is
stifling
pushing
it.
that love away.
Right out the door.
That woman is just going to run off because she don't want to know.
Nope.
You understand? I want to love you freely. I don't want to feel like you're stuck in me or you're
Caged
Yeah.
up
You're
and
caging me.
restrictions,
You
freaking
understand?
bands around you.
and the very few women that tend to stay in this type of relationships is because the man has brought them to a point where they've
Yeah.
lost so much
much of
self-esteem
themselves,
like now
and
they just
don't have a way out. They feel like they don't
that's
have a
the only
way out.
forward
And
is just to stay.
you know what? To be fair, this is why we're here. For these people to kind of, know that it's never okay to have someone treat you that way. It's never okay.
Sometimes
to-
you're losing good people
Yeah,
that really love
and
you.
then
like,
and never
really
feel
genuinely
like
love
you're
you,
never
but-
gonna get better. You're always gonna get better. There's 101 better fishes in the sea.
Yep.
Just think of rice. you eat white rice and then you taste rice and peas and you're like, ooh, that one's nice. And then you taste seasoned
biryani,
rice and
and then
biryani. Oh my God, and it's even better. And it just you understand? It only gets better.
Yeah.
It will never get better if you remain in that situation. It will never get better. It only leads you down a path of mental issues, depression, lack of self-worth. And we should be loving ourselves,
Yeah.
men and women. It's not just us women. It's just on a whole as individuals. We should be loving ourselves
too.
and respect each other. It's so important to respect
there's
each
a-
other.
You have to know how to recognize when someone's actually doing that to you and that you're not actually going crazy. Because gaslighting is more, you're trying to come to someone with every relationship, you're going to come and you're going to have problems. But what you need to do is work through your problems. And if the first stage of going through something is denial, to gaslight someone and make them think they're going crazy, you're even going back a step.
Yeah, you are literally.
Before the first even step of denial, as in, no, this don't happen. You're saying, no, this person's crazy.
Yeah.
So you just need to learn to accept this problem. You need to learn to accept it so you can change and get better. Otherwise, you're going to keep on hurting people.
Yep.
All right.
We're going to provide
Let
the
me- let me
support for
just
the
run
people
this
being
by you
hurt.
lot
But the
quickly.
people who are doing the hurting,
something that
they need
just-
to
To be aware
find a
of
new
their
way of how
I
to
wonder if
deal.
you're gonna say what I was thinking.
No, something that
Yeah.
just came to mind. All right.
Yeah.
So what happens if you're with someone, yeah, and their actions or their mindset, their thought process doesn't always lead to sort of like the best decision making. Now, if I'm with someone like that, I'm gonna be like, have you considered, you know, what you're doing. Yeah, it's not like I'm trying to father you or be sort of like.
If you know someone or love someone, you would definitely try and give them advice and
because you
But,
want
to
but
you see
no, but
fit trying to help
there's
them.
ways in what I'm saying. You know, some people, they just can't see the error of their ways.
Yeah.
So
Always
when they
right.
do certain things, it just leads into a problem, or it creates an unnecessary situation.
Yeah.
And it's not once in a while. It seems to be an occurrence. Yeah? But you check for that person, because there's other elements
But
that is
then-
quite sweet.
But then this is where
But then
this is
if
where
you
you have the problem.
Yeah.
Too many times we go into a relationship thinking we can change that person for the
No,
better.
no, it's not
And hold
changing
on.
someone. You're missing the point. No. I'm not saying changing the person. All I'm saying is
That
sometimes-
hold on,
That's a good
let
point in
me get back to
itself,
let me finish because it's gonna answer what you're saying. You will get it.
no, but
You go
Is it-
into something finished. No, because it's gonna okay, go on.
no, I'm
But
saying
get to the
like,
point though, because you
no,
can't.
I'm just saying the way I might deal with that. Yeah, if I see this lady in my life and I'm thinking, what's she doing? Now the way I might talk to her is not necessarily that, you know, I want to rough her up. Yeah. But, you know, my attitude might be, boy, come on, man. Are you serious? You're messing about. You understand what I'm saying? Now, she might hear that and think, huh? And other people might hear that and think, oh, boy, this man sounds like a bit of a bully. But I ain't really bullying her. I'm just trying to get her to understand that sometimes before you do something, rethink it.
But that's where you. That's
Revisit it.
Hold on, because I wanted to answer him
that's
something
true.
before.
That's very true.
This is where the problem comes from.
I don't know.
Too many times, you see why I was going to answer him. Too many times we go into a relationship thinking we can change somebody for the better. When you go into a relationship with someone, you should be saying, the fact that they put this plate on this table this way, can I see myself being with them down the line? And if you agree that you can see yourself being with them down the line, and you agree that this plate is not such an issue, you should not be holding animosity over that plate that is being put there.
Making a big issue
And making a big
That's
issue
gonna
out of
cause
it.
more
Because
of a
this is what
damage
causes
in
the
the
And the
relationship.
plate
You
becomes way
understand?
bigger than
I
You
didn't
can't
talk
change
about
someone.
no, but
woman
you're not
like it's a
listening.
plate now, can you?
Hello, I did not say every little thing that they do. Yeah, there's things that people have about them, there's traits that they have about them that you can accept. Because remember, I could be with someone. I'm a smoker. They don't smoke, but they can tolerate the fact that I smoke. Yeah, so they'll put up with it, so it doesn't become an issue.
Yeah, but then
I was talking about certain.
But then
Oh,
why should that
and
person
let me
listen?
find an
ask you.
example,
Hold on, Kirsty. Let me
because-
give you that same example. Let me just answer you with that
Go
same
on.
example. If that woman has agreed to be with you, and this is explaining my point.
Yeah.
If this woman has agreed to be with you, and knowing you're a smoker, should she then? You've respected that she's not a smoker and she don't like it. You go outside the house to smoke.
And do whatever to accommodate
Okay.
that fact.
You
Yeah,
come
go on.
back inside. Every time you come inside and you pass by this woman, she says to you, "You stink of smoke. You stink of cigarette."
Well, clearly,
Yeah.
You understand?
Clearly,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
understand?
well, clearly it's not full acceptance.
Yeah.
Exactly,
I
and this is
understand
what
that.
causes the problem. This is what I'm saying
Yeah.
to you. So
You
if you're
can't
going to
try and change the
explain,
person.
if you're going to accept something from someone, accept that they will respect that you don't like it. My partner don't eat pork. I will cook my pork away from him, and I will eat my pork. But I will not give it to him.
But you
I will
don't have
respect
to
it.
because you know it's not something he eats.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
I will
that in
accommodate
itself
for.
so-
I know you don't.
that solves
You're a
itself.
pescatarian. I will accommodate for you as a pescatarian. I will not give you meat.
Yeah, which is
you
fine.
understand? But I'm not going to expect you to change
that
what you
self-accept-
eat.
This is Lounge Talkz, we're a family, united kings and queens. This is Lounge Talkz, we're a family, united kings and queens. Kings and queens hold each other's crowns high, elevate each other till we reach the sky. Let's love, respect, understand one another, discuss these topics just to educate each other.